Hello everyone, welcome back to Tales of Gear. I'm Tom, and in today's video I will show you 3 more modifications you can do to your Para Bellum P226 in order to make it look more like the real steel one. So, starting off with the real pin mode. This was shared with me by a friend on Instagram. He told me to use a flathead screwdriver and just to scratch up the surface of this fake pin, and this will give the impression that there is a real roll pin inside. And look at that, it really looks pretty good. I'm very happy with the result. He also told me to polish off the upper part, the top of the barrel, and after some research I've seen that all of the best German made P226s have this top part of the barrel polished like that. And this is what I've done. It's a simple process, and let's take a look at the picture. I've used some sandpaper, and just make sure not to take off too much material from above. It could negatively impact the functionality of the gun, so make sure just to get off the paint and slightly get the surface and then polish it to look like that. It doesn't have to be a completely mirror finish, but it's close. As you have seen, I've used sandpaper. I've started with 100 and finished off with 400, and then used some polishing paste to finish it off. It's not perfect, but it's very much like on the real steel. And the third and the most significant modification I've done to it is the barrel lock mode. Any one of you familiar with the P226 will know that the barrel moves up and down when the slide moves. This means the barrel is getting locked when the slide is in this position, and also gets locked when the slide is in the far back position. This feature was missing when I got the gun. In today's video I will show you what you have to do in order to get this. Let me show you. Look at this. You see? Up and down. If I do this, you can't hear anything. Also, nothing. Before this modification, one other thing, annoying thing to it, was that rattle of the barrel inside of it, simply because it wasn't pushed up and it didn't lock. So now it's locking, and it's just like the real steel. See? And it works perfectly. It actually has a much smoother cycling operation than before. And let me show you how this works. Here you go. Perfect. Just wonderful. And of course, no rattle. The little rattle you hear is actually the spring guide. So I'm very happy to have done this modification. That's a huge step to make this wonderful replica even better. So, and now I will show you and explain to you what you need to do in order to do this modification. So let's take it apart. All the magic is in this part here. It's a little bit tricky with the gloves, as you can see. Okay, here you go. Now, I won't take out this part. I will need a little bit assistance with a flathead screwdriver to pry it a little bit to get the hop-up chamber out. And let me show you a picture. This is something I need to do now in order to get it out, which is actually good because I'm sure now it won't get out by itself. I'll try to bring it close to you so you can see what was done. As you can see, here is a little pin, and this is all it took to have this modification done. The correct placement, the correct thickness of the pin. Let me try to show you some pictures. Now, before actually doing some work on it, I've checked how this thing travels and what it actually does. It travels from here in a straight line to here, okay, in this manner. And above the notch there is a lot of free space, and this causes the barrel to rattle, okay? If we fill up the space, which I did with this pin, it travels mostly alongside this, on this pin, and gets locked here and gets locked here. So, and this eliminates the rattle of the barrel. Let me show you a few pictures so you will better understand what I'm talking about. Let's take a look. In order to do this, you will need a pin. You will need a Dremel tool with a cutting disc, and as you will see, you will need a set of small drill bits with a small hand drill. I wouldn't use a real drill, electric drill, because the hole here isn't very deep. You need to drill, and if you go through here, you will hit the bucking. So when you do this, you have to completely disassemble the hop-up chamber, take everything out, and while drilling, you need to watch not to drill all the way through. As I was drilling, I've noticed is about to go through, and I've stopped. The hole here is around 2 millimeters, not deeper. I've drilled the hole with a 0.9 millimeter drill, and I've used a pin. This was just about right to hammer in the pin and to make it stuck inside without the ability to fall out on itself, and I didn't have to use any glue. This is how I did it, and I think this is maybe the first modification of this sort done to this aluminum version. The first ones who have done this modification were the owners of the steel version, and they took the outer barrel, they welded shut on this cutout here on the barrel, and then reprofiled this cutout in order to get more materials on the barrel so the barrel goes up. This was the first method. The second method was to partially or completely remove this notch on the hop-up chamber and to replace it or to add a little screw, and then to reshape the screw so it fits the cutout and to get the barrel to rise up and to lock. I was going to go with the second method to add a screw, but as I've seen that how small everything is and how deep I can get the hole, and I don't know, I wasn't very sure I could do all the threading and tapping and everything, so I've decided to try out this pin method, and it worked out just fine. I'm very happy with it. It took me like 2 hours because I was figuring out some stuff, but with help of this video, I guess someone with a little bit of skill could do this in under an hour, maybe half an hour. So but please don't do it blindly without understanding what's going on here, and do it on your own risk. But I suggest you first get to understand what is done and why it was done before you attempt to do it. So do it on your own risk, or just ask someone who is good in that and to do it for you. Well, this is it. So a very cool modification to make your aluminum Para Bellum P226 early version even more realistic looking. And yeah, let me see. Okay, there is one more thing I will do to it, but I don't want to spoil the surprise, so expect in the near future another video about a final modification to this gun, and it's something internally, I can say that much, and I think you will be thrilled to see that. I have ordered the parts, and I hope once I get them it will be possible to do this modification. So this is it for now. Hope you will successfully modify your GBBs to make them look even nicer and function better. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.